Hey there, film fanatics! Ever wondered what lurks behind the glamour of classic Hollywood? Let's dive into the dark and haunting secrets of the silver screen. We're talking about stories that make you wonder if those old studio backlots are haunted by more than just memories. Trust me, folks, where there's smoke, there's usually a fire. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be a bumpy ride through Tinseltown's underbelly. Did you know some stars claim to have seen ghosts in their lavish mansions? And there are tales of mysterious accidents on film sets that remain unexplained to this day. Our first stop takes us back to 1939. The year Gone with the Wind swept the nation. The casting of Scarlett O'Hara was practically a sport in itself. Over 1,400 actresses were interviewed. Then there was Clark Gable, the epitome of Hollywood charm, who wasn't too keen on all those love scenes with Vivien Leigh. The film set was plagued with exhaustion and creative differences. So, while audiences were swept away by the epic love story, behind the scenes, Gone with the Wind was a whirlwind of its own. Next up, we find ourselves in 1942, stepping onto the foggy set of Casablanca. This iconic film gave us unforgettable characters, quotable lines, and a love story for the ages. The script was constantly being rewritten, even during filming. And speaking of Bogey, his on-screen chemistry with Ingrid Bergman, electric, right? Well, rumor has it that their off-screen relationship was just as charged. No one involved in the production thought Casablanca would be a hit. Boy, were they wrong. It became one of the most beloved and acclaimed films of all time. Hold on to your shower caps, folks, because we're about to enter the terrifying world of Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Hitchcock, the master of suspense, was notorious for his unconventional methods and his dark sense of humor. He wanted to keep the film's infamous shower scene a secret, going to great lengths to prevent spoilers. Janet Leigh, who played the unfortunate Marion Crane, endured days of filming that now iconic scene. The water was freezing, the experience was grueling, and the psychological toll it took on Leigh was undeniable. Psycho wasn't just a horror film, it was a horror to make. Fasten your seatbelts, because we're cruising down Sunset Boulevard, a place where dreams are made and broken in equal measure. This 1950 film noir classic, starring Gloria Swanson as Norma Desmond, a faded silent film star clinging to the remnants of her fame, exposed the dark underbelly of Hollywood. Gloria Swanson's performance was eerily realistic, perhaps because she herself was a silent film star whose own career had faded with the advent of talkies. Sunset Boulevard reminds us that Hollywood can be a cruel mistress, chewing up and spitting out those who don't play her game. It's a cautionary tale, a reminder that the pursuit of fame can come at a steep price. So, the next time you find yourself strolling down Sunset Boulevard, remember the stories whispered on the wind. Our final stop takes us to the opulent yet ultimately empty mansion of Charles Foster Kane in Orson Welles' 1941 masterpiece, Citizen Kane. Orson Welles, a young wonderkind at the time, wrote, directed, and starred in the film, ruffling more than a few feathers in the process. His audacity and unconventional techniques shook up the Hollywood establishment, making him both celebrated and reviled. Hearst's attempts to suppress the film only fueled the flames of controversy, making Citizen Kane one of the most talked about films of its time. So, as you unravel the enigma of Charles Foster Kane and search for the meaning of Rosebud, remember that the story behind the film is just as compelling as the one on screen. Well, folks, there you have it. A glimpse behind the curtain of Hollywood's golden age. These stories remind us that the glitz and glamour of Hollywood often masked a darker reality. Remember, the next time you watch one of these iconic films, don't forget to look beyond the surface.